Hey guys, Luke's here. Thanks for tuning back to my channel. As you can tell, the 1989 Richmond's Toys manufacturing Batmobile is completed. I'd say it turned out pretty cool. Check it out. Check it out. The whole car has been repainted black. All the dents and things and holes and tire damage has been repaired. The car is now a matte black over satin, and the wheels are repainted to gloss with a satin center caps, and then you got the matte black turbine, and then the jet is glossed. So really cool. I painted the guns on the side, a little bit of a brushed aluminum with little bits of brass in there. I'm very happy with the way it looks. It looks great. Got the yellow light, the lights done up, because we didn't have anything right there before. There was no light kit. Got the lights done in the back. Speaking of lights, let's go ahead and cut it on. So it's kind of hard to see, but they're on. So pretty cool. So I can let you guys see it. There we go. Well, I would have had this car up probably about a week ago or so, but had family in town, and there was just no way I could get the video done up for you guys. What else I want to talk about? So I got the new decal on the bottom done for the serial number. They did make a gold edition of these cars where they only made like 100 of them. They gave you a really cool case that I found out from a friend. What else? There was really not a whole lot of drama with the car, in my opinion. I think everything went well together. So if you're doing one of these, it's not a really complicated car to do. Like I told you in the first video, I wanted to make the top here, the canopy slide forward. That's going to have to be done in the future. Just no time for it. But everything's really cool. The motor inside is a 3650 brushless motor, way more power than what this car really needed, because it came with the 540 motor, as you know. What else is there? I had to get new bolts for the car. The whole chassis has been polished up and cleaned. Some corrosion on the chassis. Had to really get that stuff cleaned really well. What else? Tire. I had to fix the tire. Remember, the tire was all chewed up by something. So a lot went into the car, but it was a lot of fun, I will say. In the running video that's also in here, you're going to see the car not going up to top speed. Just the tires won't let me get there. I could probably get it to about almost 30 miles an hour, but after that, it's too much, too hairy to drive. A lot of fun to drive these cars, but you need an open area, really long passes, so you can get the speed out of it without wrecking the thing. The motor was fried up anyway, so I don't feel too bad. I would say one thing that's also really neat is when Richmond's Toys made these cars, I believe they teamed up with High-Tech radios, and they had a joint venture into making the car ready to run, which is really a trick. I believe it's High-Tech. Let me know if I'm wrong. I could be wrong on that. But that's pretty cool. And the High-Tech allowed, I believe, Batman's logo to be on the receiver. And so that's pretty cool. So, really cool. Had to make the yellow lamps for the front. You'll see that in the video. And put the LEDs in it. And that's pretty much it. In this video, you're going to see me battle this Batmobile to get it in this shape, a slight battle. And then the running portion. And all that's going to start right now. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is pull the battery out. So get that done. Okay, so now the battery is removed, and got to go ahead and start cutting out all the electronics, pulling all that old stuff out of here. Okay, as you can tell, we got a whole lot of stuff on this table. There's the motor. I mean, it's nasty. So in order for me to remove these servos, I can't unbolt anything. just doesn't happen that way. So what I have to do is, you'll see some little rivets there. I actually got to drill out the rivets. I already did one of them. And then I got to do the next one. And then I'll be able to bend this portion up just enough so I can undo the servos, the high-techs, and then take off the servo for the steering and put a fresh servo in there. Then we'd be pretty good. Then I can clean this chassis and get all the dust and all the stuff off that. Next thing after that would be to start working on the drivetrain area. Got the motor out, as you can see. That motor is going to have to go in the junker. I might be able to save the pinion gear, so we'll see. Alrighty, guys. As you can tell, I got the rivets drilled out at the back, and I got the servo station pulled up just a little bit, just to grab the bolt with my needle nose pliers and or vice grips, and then I'm going to use my little tool here and slowly turn this, just like that. And this is how I got the bolts off without having to cut the servo station off. Now, you'll see some people, that's what they do, and you can do that, but there you go. So now she's nice and loose. Just like that. Alrighty, guys, as you can tell, we're at the stage where I'm going to start addressing the issues on the body. So this is that one spot that's really bad. So I got to get that all sanded and smoothed and get that filled in. But while I was back here, I also noticed that the factory didn't do such a great job with the wings. They did a good job, but not a great job. So I got to get that molding line smoothed out. I don't want that in the repaint. And there's some mold line right there. You can see that I got to get all that sanded down. And all I'm using is some soap and water with a little bit of sanding pad. That's pretty much it. Then we'll start. See that mold line? That's really bad right there. So, mass-produced stuff, you know, that's what you have. Although they didn't make a whole bunch of these, but... So right here, I got to get that all dressed up. And I got to get this smoothed out. Started working on getting this molding line finished. So, as you can tell, we're at the repair stage for the Batmobile. And this one had a really bad deep gouge, this rear quarter panel area. It went all the way through the body. So I used this Permatex that I get from my local hardware store. It's a black plastic weld. It's like $5, and it works pretty good for a base. I like to use it just for bases. And then I go over the that cavity area that was filled with some JB Quick Weld. Now you could use a putty or something like that, and that works pretty good. But I find that this stuff here doesn't do basically a whole lot of shrinkage, so I don't have to keep going over and over and over. This allows me to get this thing done as efficient as possible. Also, there's a little area here that I filled in with just a little bit of the JB Quick Weld, and it's just the antenna spot. So we're gonna sand it all down and get it to prime stage. Time to lay down some paint. All right, so now we got the whole body primed up. Looks pretty good. And we got our accessories on the car, the turbines and the exhaust manifold area, all painted up. Looking good. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're filling up the areas or cavities with foam because something chewed up this guy really good. So I've been using little bits off this old rim I had and just tearing pieces out that I could and shaping it to fit. Because none of these pieces are exactly like a perfect square you could fill in. They're just random chunks missing. So I just use this little contact cement and then place as much as I can in the spot, and then waiting for it to dry 24 hours and sanding it down. Seems to be working really well. I used a crazy glue just to kind of set it quickly, and then I'll push the contact cement into the area, and that seems to be all right. All right, so what I'm doing now is putting the lights in the back. In order to do that, yeah, I have to have something to fill in the spot to put the red lights in, the brake lights. And what I have found is I have a whole bunch of these. I get these all the time. These are Tamiya Grasshopper suspension. And in this case, I'm going to saw off this suspension holder part and leave it as such. And I already got this one set up, so you sort of see it right there. So basically, I'm just drilling out the hole here and inserting the LED in it because it works pretty good. It fills up that hole nicely. I'll show you what I'm saying right here, and just like that. And you just put like a little bit of glue right there, and you saw that tip off, and it looks pretty cool, and you drill a hole in it. These things, I'm telling you, you use what you got, but when you know something works for all kinds of applications, you always run to it. I use this kind of thing for all kinds of stuff, not just suspension stuff. It just helps. All right, so just a little trick that I'm doing, and I hope it helps for you guys if you don't have the light kit for this car. Another thing too, I'll show you real quick how the lights turn out for the front. There they are, pretty cool. So all from that little plastic. So, all right, off to the next. Okay, so now we made a new Batman logo for the bottom of the car with the serial number. That's all done up and cleared. And then I'll keep this old one in a archive because it's real poor now. But yeah, so pretty much all good. Now we got to paint the guns. All right, now for the running review of the Batmobile. Now, I will say, I don't have a huge parking lot to run this thing, but it's too difficult to run it on full blast. I'll show you what happens. It just wants to spin out. So. It's a lot of fun to run though, I will say that much. And it's such a low car, like there's no space at all between the road and the car itself. It's very low. There is some suspension though. I'm gonna probably have to get a little bit brighter LEDs for the front. You can sort of see them. The lights. The back ones are perfect though. If I could get a little bit of the leaves to move a little bit. So we caught one. Alrighty, we're gonna bring her into it for a close. And that's pretty much it. I wanna thank you guys for watching my channel. Please hit a like. I would love it for you to subscribe. Got a whole lot of cool stuff coming up. Not gonna wanna miss it. All right, guys, later, bye.